Hey, what's up guys? Gons here with this week's word of encouragement. It comes from Ephesians 5:15 through 17. Here's what it says. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Therefore do not be unwise but understand what the will of the Lord is. So first we have see then that you walk circumspectly. Circumspect means thinking carefully about possible risks before doing or saying something. And circumspectly means to be watchful and discreet, cautious and prudent. And connecting it to the passages before this, because the light of Christ shines in all the dark places, we must walk circumspectly, carefully, wisely, not as fools. Interestingly enough, an old Bible commentator named Adam Clarke thought the phrase not as fools was connected to the practices of worshiping an ancient god named Bacchus, where they would get drunk, act like madmen, have orgies, run around, tossing their heads and shoulders. Kind of like what we see in today's party culture, if you will. But if we keep going here, redeeming the time. There's a couple different Greek words that are used for time. In this case, it's not time as hour upon hour, but it's actually a portion of time. In Galatians 6:10, the same Greek word is translated opportunity. Here, Paul isn't telling us to make the most of every moment, even though that's good advice. He's actually telling us to seize the opportunity for the glory of Jesus. The distinction is to make the most of the time, which is the time allotted to you. In other words, make the most of every opportunity for Jesus Christ. And then it says, because the days are evil. I don't think I need to really explain anything there. If you go through all the videos on this channel and other channels like it, you'll see that the days are definitely evil. Therefore, do not be unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. This is true wisdom here. The contrast to being unwise is to understand the will of the Lord, and that comes from knowledge of His word. So this week, I encourage you to walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Therefore, don't be unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is for you. And to do that, you have to be filled with the Spirit. Speak to one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melodies in your heart to the Lord, always giving thanks for everything to God the Father in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. And actually, that comes from a couple of the verses beyond these here. So again, hope that encourages you. Have an awesome week. God bless.